Hey everyone, welcome back to another Transformation Tuesday. Today is a bit of an emotional one because this was my daughter's bedroom. This is what it looked like when we first bought the house, and this is how we had our furniture set up. Yes, we changed it throughout the years, but this video is going to focus on how I took this room and transitioned it out. My daughter recently got married and moved with her husband to Georgia back in September. And I am so happy for her, but it was an emotional toll trying to clean out her bedroom. If you've had any kid that has moved out of your home or have had a big life change, the process of having to get rid of stuff is quite intense. But we will save the tears. I want to show you as I cleaned out this room to transform it into this cozy boho-inspired bedroom. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and leave me comments because I love to read them and answer them. So when my daughter got married, she packed up most of her stuff. She did leave a few things behind, nothing crazy, but she had packed it up because she was moving to Georgia. And at that point in time, I knew that I had to get rid of this furniture because when she comes to visit with her husband, I needed to have something more than just a twin size bed, right? We could always put them downstairs like we used to. No, but they're married now, so we can't do that. But so what we did was we sold all the furniture. Facebook Marketplace has been my best friend. I've been very successful in selling everything off. This little project was a doozy. I could not find the proper tool to take this apart, and my husband was at work, but I was determined to get this done before he got back. But eventually I figured it out. I was able to take it apart piece by piece and bring it downstairs. I believe Julian helped me bring it downstairs because he was home. Taking that apart was no fun at all. I had to keep on coming back to it with different tools. At one point, I was just completely annoyed, but I figured it out, thankfully. After I disassembled the bed, I brought everything down and I did the same thing with this tall, slim dresser so that I can just keep inside the room the pieces that were absolutely needed. I needed to give this room a good clean, so I swept it. I try to go through all the baseboards, get the floors nice and clean, and I kept the bed just in case anyone needed it until the floors needed to be done and until I sold the furniture. Now, cleaning this room was a little bit weird for me, seeing it empty, cleaning it out completely. It's not like I was just moving furniture around to get clean, but just clearing it out was just a completely different feeling. It kind of made it more real that my daughter wasn't coming back. But it was a little bit of an emotional toll, especially the first few weeks. My daughter has never left home. So this was the very first time. Like my oldest son, yes, he lives close, like he's in the city. He comes through and visits often, but my daughter is in a whole nother state in Georgia. By plane, that's a whole 2.5 hours away. So reality really sunk in, like as I was clearing this out and getting everything ready. It really was like a lot was going through my mind as I was doing this, and it took a bit of an adjustment for me to come to terms with it. But now everything is falling into place. I was actually starting to get excited about transforming this space and making it into a guest room because obviously when my daughter comes, she's going to be staying here with her husband. So I wanted to make sure that I did this as soon as possible so that they knew that they can come home whenever they wanted to. The other added bonus to having this guest bedroom is that my son can come over also whenever he feels like it. If you've seen my first Transformation Tuesday video, that one was based on me transforming his room into my personal office and glam studio. I do makeup and lashes, and I have a Murphy bed in that room. So whenever I do have a lot of guests, yes, I have an additional guest bedroom, but at least it won't be used as often as the main guest bedroom, which is this one. It's my daughter's room. So when my daughter comes to visit, obviously this room will be all hers for her to use, but I'll also have my spare Murphy bed in my office area. But I love that my son can come over and he can stay in this guest bedroom, the one that we're making over now, my daughter's room. And he has himself a nice queen size bed. He has his TV. He has everything he needs. And we also have his clothes inside of a dresser. So what we have opted to do, if you've noticed the big dresser that I have across from this twin size bed, the one that I'm cleaning out right now, that dresser, we ended up moving inside the closet so that there would be more space for the bed. So I can still keep things in it, and I could keep his stuff in it. And if my daughter wanted to leave some spare clothes or what have you, she would have that drawer space as well. But I wanted it hidden and not out in the open because we needed the extra space. So I just kind of love the way that this all worked out. Here I am further taking out the stickers that my daughter had on the wall. My baby. Oh, okay. I need to stop. All right. So let's take a look at what the floors and the walls looked like prior to us redoing this room. So after I gave it a good clean, this is what it looked like. Notice the floors, again, orangey. If you've seen my other transformation videos, you know that I've been doing the floors of my home little by little. We started off in the living room, the stairs, and then we did the upstairs where the kids area was. This is me measuring for the queen size bed. And then hubby to the rescue, once again, plastering and painting the walls. If you've seen most of my home, you've seen that we pretty much used the same paint across the board. We bought like a whole big 5-gallon paint bucket, and we've used it pretty much around the whole entire house. Now, the reason why we use this paint in pretty much our entire home is because it pretty much goes with everything. It's a grayish, so it's not gray, it's not beige, it's kind of in the middle of both. It's very neutral, and if we wanted to change it up, we could always throw in an accent wall like the green walls that I've shown you in my other videos. But guys, there is nothing like a fresh coat of paint. It looked absolutely phenomenal. It looked so clean and so bright. Now all that was left were the floors, and that was our next step in the process. The room, as you can see, is completely cleared out. We already had gotten rid of the furniture, and there is Avery always in the shot because he follows me like a shadow. As mentioned in previous videos, we took our floors and we got it down to its natural state, its natural wood looking state. And then they just threw on a clear, like satin coat on top of it. And like I said, it looks absolutely amazing. I've had issues though with some staining on the floor, and I'm not going to be a dead horse. I'll just leave it at that. Let's just say. But I do love how it looks. Look at how much brighter and bigger the room looks. This is a small room as is. So I thought that it made it look so much bigger once the floors were done. All right, guys, so the moment was here. So notice that my husband put the TV back up on the wall and hid the wire. He hid it within the wall, and so that it wasn't hanging. And these are the curtains that I bought off of Amazon. I really wanted something with a little bit of texture and color. I was thinking in my head, I wanted something kind of like boho-inspired, cozy, for whenever guests came, they would feel cozy and at home. And I always love to give my guests a nice experience. And I also kind of based it on like my daughter's style. I know that boho is kind of like my daughter's style. So I had her in mind when I thought about this decor. I bought a few pieces. The planter was, I believe, from TJ Maxx. The lamp was from Amazon. The bed frame was from Amazon, and it has a plug right there on the headboard. The mattress was from Amazon. Guys, I've received so many compliments from all of my guests on the mattress and the bed frame. Like, they love the way it looks. And I will link everything for you in my Amazon storefront. But the sheets, I believe this bedding I got from TJ Maxx. Now, I'm a little bit upset because over time after washing it and drying it, it shrunk. So I'm also thinking that I should get a king size comforter because I want it to be a little bit bigger over the bed, if that makes any sense. I just feel like it would look better if it was bigger. I also put in a rug. Guys, I, for some reason, lost footage. I know I had recorded me putting the rug, the little rug on the floor, which I also got from Amazon. These frames that my husband is putting up on the wall, I got from Amazon. And to be quite honest, I went looking around like to TJ Maxx, Marshall's, HomeSense, and I got a bigger bang for my buck with Amazon. Amazon to the rescue when in doubt. These command strips I had bought from Costco, and that's what we use to put the frames up. I have Amazon on my mind all day long, but I love the way it looks. I love the pop of color, like that orange and the red plus the green. I do want to get some pillows to go on top of the bed with maybe like those colors, like the red and the green or the orange. So I'm still in the market to look for a few more items to make this room complete. I also want to add like those little things that you put your suitcase on, like a little suitcase stand, kind of making it official. People are not going to want to leave my house, I'm telling you. But I really loved how everything turned out. Of course, hubby to the rescue. He made sure that everything was level because we do not want crooked frames. And everything just looks super cozy. I've already had quite a few guests here, including my daughter. She absolutely loved the room. In case you were curious, I know we recorded that as well. And for some reason, that footage has disappeared. But it really just kind of gives the guests this cozy feeling. I want that when people come over to my home, they feel like they are in their own home and that they have a space where they feel comfortable in. So tell me, would you like to be a guest in my house?
My goodness.
Here is footage from my girl when
How
she came and
beautiful.
visited me.
Le'enid, Mazio Le'enid. Thank you.
Guys, I tried hard not to cry adding these pictures, but I failed miserably. But before I go, I want to wish my daughter a happy and blessed life and marriage. She makes me so proud. She was an absolutely beautiful bride. I am so happy to have gained an incredible son-in-law. I'm trying to get through this, guys. He's absolutely amazing. And I couldn't have picked a better husband for my daughter. So congratulations, baby girl. Y'all, I needed a timeout because I could not get through it. I needed a moment, but yeah, I am so proud of the both of them. They are great together. She will forever be my princess. We have so many beautiful memories together, and I am excited for the next stage in her life. She is buying her own home, and I can't wait to be able to be with her during that phase of decorating. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you see your children thriving and doing amazing in life. So congratulations, baby girl. And just so you know, you'll always be my princess and you will always have a home here.